Dude, so over the past couple months actually at this point, honestly, several months, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it happened at least a couple times in my videos just over the Modern Warfare beta, for example. There will be little moments in time in that video where everything will go like crazy pixelated or like skip ahead. I'm not doing that shit. That ain't me. I don't know what's happening, but there's something going on with this current PC that I have at the moment. I got this last year. I have another one on the way that's supposed to show up in a couple days, but getting a new PC, and I tweeted about it last night, and a whole bunch of people were like, you know, asking and saying shit along the lines of like, hey, can I have it? Can I have your PC? And I know people all the time constantly ask for free shit. Everybody likes free shit. I get it, but I promise you, you don't want this thing. So let me explain to you what the fuck happened. It's technically a risk right now for me to have this on, but I mean, we got safety things in place, but it was the last night of the beta, Sunday night, and I'm just sitting here relaxing, talking with some people, maybe watching a Twitch stream or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly what I was doing on my computer. I don't think it was anything crazy. It just randomly happened. Otherwise, I would remember. But anyway, so I'm just sitting here working on just random shit, and out of nowhere, this monitor right here that I have is for my consoles, my Xbox and my PlayStation, okay? Both of those run through this monitor, and as I was sitting here, yeah, I have the thing that goes on the sleep mode every once in a while, but usually you can tell the screen will like flicker blue and stuff like that and tell you there's no more input and all this other stuff, and it's just done. This time around, as I was just sitting here, this whole side just completely shut off. The monitor and the console completely shut off. No power was going to them whatsoever, but everything else on my setup was on, okay? Now, so these things are completely off. Now, here's the thing. I have like this super high-tech transformer backup battery surge protector thing. I think it was like a couple $100 or some shit like that. I don't even remember how much it was, but it basically protects shit, and it's able to keep things on if things lose power. I get it for reasons for, obviously, you know, if the power goes out or whatever and I'm in the middle of working on something, I'll be able to at least save it ahead of time before, you know, everything just shuts off and I'm fucked. So I have that in place, so the rest of my stuff stays on, but this is completely off. I also have a light that's back here and a light that's right here to kind of, you know, bring the lighting down and equalize it or whatever. Sometimes we're overexposed, but what the fuck ever. Anyway, I'm not a director or some shit, okay? I realized that they weren't getting any power at all. I unplugged, replugged, and tried pressing any button I possibly could, tried turning the controller on. The controller just flashed over and over and over again. Usually whenever you turn on a PlayStation controller, it will turn on the PS4 with it. PS4 is not turning on. There's no lights, nothing, no power, unplug, replug, nothing's working. Same thing with the monitor. So then I decided to go and take this light and try to turn that on. It wasn't turning on. I started turning the dial up and down, and it flicked for a second and then just completely shut off. It has like a little screen on the back that shows the amount of brightness that you can turn it up to, all the way up to 100%. It's usually sitting at like 20%. I don't usually have it sitting very high at all. It's just for like, you know, backdrop lighting, so it's not too much of a contrast. So then I was thinking, oh fuck, something ended up happening to that whole outlet thing. So then I ended up calling the electricians that ended up putting that outlet there. They ended up coming out, they looked at it and was like, no, you're getting a great signal. Everything is smooth. We're not getting anything that's picking up showing any inconsistencies or danger. There's no damage, nothing. Everything looks brand fucking new. And then they started asking questions. Hey, is there anything on your setup that is plugged into this thing or into this outlet that is potentially damaged or malfunctioning or anything like that? And I looked through all of like the different, you know, wires and stuff like that. I don't really find anything, but then I started thinking, what if it's my PC? What if my PC is having something happen with it to where it actually shorted out the electricity in my room? Lexus ended up going downstairs and she looked at the box and literally the power was tripped in my room. And I'm not about to have an electrical fire over this shit. Now here's the thing, the electrician came, they looked at it and everything, and they told me that there's not much going through it, honestly. Even with all this stuff connected, it's able to handle this kind of stuff. I don't know if it's amps or volts or whatever the fuck, but that thing can hold all the way up to like 17 to 20 or so. I'm only pulling like 3 to 4. So there's plenty of space there. I can plug like 4 or 5 of my setups into this shit. And then we may have some sort of actual electrical, you know, fire hazard there, or at least, you know, as far as plugging shit in. So then I started thinking about it. There is so much random and stupid shit that happens with my computer. For example, I had an external Elgato, the thing that I use to actually record shit with, was giving me issues. So I decided, man, okay, fine, fuck it. I'll just upgrade it into, you know, the more recent version of an Elgato, which is the HD60 Pro. That goes directly into your PC, and it should be streamlined. It should be perfect. And no, I had a PC before this that was much weaker than this PC, like in terms of everything, RAM, processor, GPU, motherboard, everything. This whole thing is an upgrade in comparison to previous PCs I've had, besides my super PC that completely shit itself. But regardless, there's an Extreme 2080 Ti in there. Obviously, I've checked all the overheating things and all that other shit on here as well. It's fine. Everything is good. Nothing's overclocked, nothing. We're cool. But I have a lot of really weird electrical seeming issues with this thing. Now, let me explain. Those videos on the Modern Warfare beta and other videos as well that I recorded on console, you guys have heard about all of the issues that I've had, the weird pixelation, the weird desync. There are other moments where my face cam will just freeze. My PC should not be struggling with this shit. It just should. I've wiped it multiple times at this point and it still just does the same thing. So I just started thinking like maybe my PC just has some weird issue with it, electrical or some shit. It just seems to affect everything that I do. So I got a new one coming. Hopefully this thing will last until then. I mean, it's been fine. It's just, it has these weird little things. Like for example, I wouldn't be surprised if any of the video during this whole thing while I'm editing it, I'm gonna have random parts where I just freeze like this. It shouldn't happen. All I'm doing is using OBS to record this shit. It shouldn't be an issue. It's ridiculous. I have a laptop that runs this shit more seamlessly. I'm hoping just getting shit replaced and then just having a whole bunch of new shit in there. It's basically the same exact PC. It's just getting a new one. I'm not gonna be able to look at this thing and then try to problem solve what part is actually causing any issue. If it's even any parts. Here's the thing. I could completely replace this thing and still have the same issue. I don't fucking know. Wait, Infinity Ward is doing a stream for the beta. I'll be right back. I'm gonna watch this. That's it? They basically just started a stream to explain to us that crossplay is in the game and some special fucking weapon variant or something. What the fuck was the point of this stream? You guys have already literally tweeted the same exact things that you said. You guys didn't mention anything that people are actually concerned about. Talk about this mini-map. Talk about the weird skill-based matchmaking shit. I don't understand the point of these streams. They say that they're sitting here reading Reddit, but what do you mean you're reading Reddit? I could literally go on the Reddit right fucking now and I could do one scroll and I can guarantee you it's going to say something about skill-based matchmaking or the fucking mini-map. Like, literally, you do a swipe and this guy's fucking video about the skill-based matchmaking is right there with 3,500 upvotes. Those are the things people give a shit about. Like, yeah, crossplay's cool and all, but I mean, you've been reading Reddit? Really? You've been reading Reddit. Oh, by the way, yesterday, I just want to put this in a video so people can look back on this in a couple months when I'm screaming and crying about it. I tweeted, if skill-based matchmaking is in Modern Warfare, I invite all of you to C4 my KD into oblivion so I can at least enjoy myself. Are you gonna pull this face when someone C4s you? Yep. Well, new PC coming. The beta will start on Thursday, I'm assuming, right? We'll be back to that to see whatever the fuck they're gonna do with this if they've decided to change anything. I feel like they should absolutely try to at least turn the dots on for just, maybe even just a day, man. Turn the fucking dots on for every game mode. I know that the dots are gonna be there in Ground War, and I know there's a whole bunch of people there that are like, oh, stop bitching and complaining, adapt to it, blah, blah. The people that are saying these things haven't actually been playing the game. They're just talking. It's just weird. They're trying to make sense of it without understanding how Call of Duty actually is. It's not about logic, it's about what the game is at its core. All I'm saying is I wouldn't go to Rainbow Six and tell you guys to adapt to removing a core part of the game. It's like me going on to Rainbow Six and then going, man, you guys should get rid of leaning. It's not like I'm gonna go on the Rainbow Six and then tell high-level players that, hey, you guys should remove leaning. And it shouldn't be a big deal because you can just adapt to it. You're insane at the game. It's just, it's a core part of the game. I'm not gonna ask you to change it! All right, my real emotion's coming out. Tomorrow, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna be uploading, actually. I actually can't imagine playing a Call of Duty that it's gonna feel so weird trying to play MWR or some shit like that for a month after this whole thing is over. Oh my god.